Coming up, another lawsuit filed over book bans in Iowa. And later,
I do feel like there tends to be a theme of bipartisanship coming at the expense of democratic values.
Iowa football has a chance to stun the country this weekend.
More winter weather rolls into Iowa City.
all that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News.
Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM.
I'm David Consuelos.
And I'm Ashley Wheel. Now, David, walking into the studio this morning, I was expecting it to be a little bit more snowy. I thought that there was going to be snow over the night, but it just did not happen. I was really sad about it.
Ashley, it's December 1st. I wore my festive holiday tie today. I'm ready for snow, but it doesn't seem like the weather is.
No, we'll check in with DITV's Ryan Lynch, who's live outside now. Ryan, how is it looking out there currently?
Yes, Ashley. This morning there was a winter weather advisory, which is now no longer in effect, as conditions in Iowa City have shifted to rain with a possibility of snow later. For today's temperatures, we'll see a high of 28 and a high of 36 degrees. As we get into Saturday, there will be a high of 38. We will see rain and a snow mix throughout the morning, which may continue into the weekend. While the advisory has been called off, still expect slippery road conditions in the morning and a potential for snow. Weather for the week ahead will be coming to you later. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Ryan. And an Iowa City parent is now facing charges after bringing a gun into Grant Wood Elementary School. The parent, Brandon Jones, entered the school on Wednesday morning and threatened staff members before passing the firearm off to another individual who then exited the building. The school was immediately put into lockdown and police arrived on the scene immediately, arresting Jones. Jones is now in custody. Iowa Representative Mariannette Miller-Meeks will have a challenger for her role in 2024. 69-year-old Davenport Republican David Pouch announced that he is challenging the current Republican representative in Iowa's 1st congressional district primary race. Pouch claims that he will be a stronger Republican voice than Miller-Meeks and claims that he will help save America from, quote, going down the drain. He credits his 2 sons, who've both fought in the military, for the reason to join the race. Some of his main focuses for the campaign include the southern border, establishing a strong economy, as well as hoping for religion to become a more involved role in political conversations. He says that the founding fathers wanted God to help with government. Now, David, I'm really hoping that this snow will come back because, like you said, I think we're both ready for the holiday season.
Well, Ashley, since Thanksgiving was over, I've listened to nothing but Christmas music. I'm so ready for the holidays.
As you should. So we'll check back in with Ryan, who is still live outside with our forecast for this week ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. As we look ahead in the week, the cold weather will continue as Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday will have a constant high of 39 with lows in the mid to high 20s. Wednesday will keep the cold trend going with a low of 31 and only warm up by 9 degrees to a high of around 40 degrees. But there will be some warmer weather on the horizon as starting Thursday, temperatures will increase. Thursday will have a low of 34, but the high will reach 51. So we'll have to look and see if any snow sticks around as students enter the last week of classes for the semester next week. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Ryan. Legal action was taken by the state by the American Civil Liberties Union and Lambda Legal for its controversial ban on book ban. And as of yesterday, another lawsuit has been filed by another group. And currently the largest teacher union in Iowa, the Iowa State Education Association, and publishing company Penguin Random House are plaintiffs for this latest case. Additional plaintiffs include authors John Green and Jody Plickett, plus some educators around the state who say that the law has forced them to remove books from their classrooms. If school libraries do not comply with the law and remove these books, they will face penalties, including written reprimandums and potential license suspensions. This lawsuit is hoping to block the ban on books that contain depictions or descriptions of sexual acts in K-12 schools. Compared to Tuesday's lawsuit, this one brings a narrower focus centering on whether or not the law violates freedom of expression rights. Along with this, it argues that the law is unconstitutional, as they say it doesn't meet the U.S. Supreme Court's definition of obscenity. And the University Democrats at Iowa are seeking an official apology from the Iowa Democratic Party Chair, Rita Hart. DITV's Jace Bertrand is in the newsroom with more.
Thanks, Ashley. This request for an apology comes weeks after former UDI President Estella Rora Johnson resigned from her position following backlash for their comments in support of Palestine. Board of Regents President Michael Richards condemned the post at a meeting on November 1st, stating, quote, "Terrible statement. Idiots." Richards had since recanted on the statement, now saying, quote, "I continue to strongly disagree with what they said and stand by that. However, I should not have used insulting language towards the students." Meanwhile, newly appointed UDI President Kiana Shevling Major is hoping to receive an official apology for Hart's condemnation of the post.
At the very least, at the end of the day, our statement was misquoted, misrepresented, and taken out of context. She also called for our resignation when she had no authority to do so. So honestly, an apology for any of those four things would have sufficed.
While UDI has not officially cut ties with the Iowa Democratic Party, the Iowa State College Democrats have, signaling a divide between the party just ahead of the caucus in January. Back to you, Ashley.
And the gray fox population is decreasing, and the Iowa DNR wants to know why. Gray foxes are rare in Iowa, but the population currently needs more help. The Iowa Department of Natural Resources is awarding fox trappers $400 so that way they can study the gray fox population and why it's decreasing. This reward has also helped the DNR not waste money on other resources.
It's just that it's smarter. Ask trappers who are already in the area, who already know the area and already know what they're doing. And they often care about this stuff and want to help anyway. So it's worked out fairly well that way.
If a fox is caught, then they are then tagged and released back into the wild. So far, the Iowa Department of Natural Resources have caught one fox. And while there are farms across Iowa, there are some industries that go under the radar of most. DITV's Max von Grease has more on a unique farm that's right here in Iowa.
When thinking about farming in the United States, and especially in Iowa, you may think corn or soybeans, or how about pigs or cows? But here at Striegel Farms in Oskaloosa, Iowa, they maintain something else, and it's ostriches. Yeah, ostriches that come out of these big eggs.
Oh, we started with ostriches in '93. Ostrich, or products we get from the ostriches is the meat. The meat is red, low in cholesterol, low in fat, and high in protein. It's 97% fat-free.
While Marion mainly handles the meat in the operation, his wife Marge loves to get creative with her products, especially with the empty ostrich eggs.
Yeah, the eggshells, Marge engraves on them. She's got a high-speed engraving tool that she can engrave, just like writing with a pencil. You know, there's no torque to it. It's just writing on that eggshell's got drawings and scrimshaw, and you can paint on them.
And while buying or eating some of these ostrich products may seem different or odd to some, Marion remains confident in the fact that more and more people are starting to utilize ostriches more in their everyday lives.
Oh, there are very few people, but there's getting to be more and more of them. We have, at the farmers market, we have new people coming in every week. But a lot of repeats, or people are starting to repeat.
Raising and taking care of ostriches is something that not a lot of people would ever wish for. But for Marion and Marge, the only thing that they wish is that they would have known about ostriches sooner.
If we would have known about the ostrich 20 years ago, we'd have a lot more. That wouldn't be a problem. I like them. He likes them.
From Striegel Farms in Oskaloosa, Iowa, Max von Grease, DITV.
Those are some crazy big eggs, and speaking of big, there's a big game this weekend that a lot of people are looking forward to.
That's right, Ashley. Everyone has their eyes set towards tomorrow because the biggest game of the year is finally upon us. Iowa and Michigan journey to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis to see who will claim the Big Ten championship. It was just 2 seasons ago that Iowa reached this stage but fell short of the title. With the opponent as offensively and defensively strong as Michigan, it looks to take a lot of mental preparation to be ready.
Obviously, they're starting with a good run game, and once they set up the run, they can get their quarterback going on the pass or even run him a little bit as well. And
just how much more could we do this week? All the little things, all the little details. How much more rehab could we get, take care of our body? How much more film could we watch?
Michigan comes into the postseason undefeated, and now with their head coach Jim Harbaugh back at the helm after serving a 3-game suspension. This team is led by quarterback J.J. McCarthy and running back Blake Corum, who are both recently tied in 5th place for Heisman odds. Across the field, and their defense is also ranked 2nd in the country in total defense, which is 5 spots in front of Iowa. The Hawks opened up this week at 21.5-point underdogs, but now the line is set at 23.5. The last time the Wolverines were favored this heavily against Iowa was back in 2016 when the Hawks shocked Michigan 14-13. So as you can see, crazier things have happened. Now here's a preview for this week's Before the Kickoff, which is an in-depth look at the Big Ten Championship game.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Daily Iowans weekly pregame football show. I'm Michael Merrick.
And I'm Max Fontgries, and in this week's episode of Before the Kickoff, we highlight everything that you need to know before the Hawkeyes head to Indianapolis, where they'll take on the number 2 ranked Michigan Wolverines in Lucas Oil Stadium.
It's going to be a wonderful matchup. We got a special edition of Before the Kickoff in this one. AJ's going to highlight everything going around the rest of the championship weekend. There's some Hawkeye highlights, the players you need to watch out for, and of course, we duel it out over the Kickoff Championship with our game predictions at the end.
I have it right now. I haven't won it all year, so having it right now, I feel so good, Michael.
It's just incredible. Everyone needs to know how special this championship is, so tune in and make sure you know who we all got heading into this big-time matchup.
Be sure to head over to the Daily Iowan YouTube page or website to catch the full episode of Before the Kickoff. And the Iowa men's basketball team took down the North Florida Ospreys on Wednesday in a game filled with emotions. DITV's Colin Carithers has more on how the team performed through adversity.
A prominent figure tonight was Owen Freeman. He started scoring from the jump off the bench, ending with 16 points, but that wasn't even the best part. Freeman had 5 blocks tonight with a big one here, and it doesn't end there. A second one, and you know he's missing Thanksgiving because he went up for thirds all in one play.
Thought I kind of grabbed the rim on the first one, but we won't talk about it. But yeah, I saw my opportunity and went and got it.
It was also Patrick McCaffrey, who was a force to be reckoned with on the inside tonight. He looked extremely comfortable and seemed to have a lot of trust with his game. He finished with 16 points as well as he helped lead the Hawkeyes to a 103-78 win. Now, a lot of different Hawkeyes really shined tonight, but there was one player in particular who really had a lot more to play for. Tony Perkins was a major spark for the Hawkeyes. But what some people may not know, though, was that he was playing for his biggest fan, who pushed him to always play.
My grandma would never allow me to sit out a game, regardless of what sport I was playing. She wouldn't care if I was hurt or if I couldn't walk. You playing. You gonna play. I want to watch. You gonna play. So. No, it wasn't no question. I was going to play.
Perkins found out early Monday that his grandmother unfortunately passed away. He would total 21 points in an emotional game that he dedicates to his greatest supporter. Now the Hawks will take to the road for their next matchup against the top-ranked Boilermakers on Monday. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, Colin Carithers, DITV Sports.
And the Iowa women's basketball team returns to Iowa City tomorrow to take on the Bowling Green Falcons. The Hawks are carrying all the momentum after winning the Gulf Coast Showcase. Iowa avenged their loss to Kansas State last Sunday and looks to keep that fire going tomorrow. This is the first matchup between the two programs, and Bowling Green currently holds a record of 5-1 in the young season. The Hawkeyes are sitting at 7-1 and were ranked number 4 in the country in the recent AP poll. The game will tip off tomorrow at 12:30 in the sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena.
So much excitement for this weekend, and so I want to thank you for tuning into DITV News and listening to KRUI 89.7 FM.
Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday, and check out more of our content.
For DITV News, I'm Ashley Wheel.
And I'm David Consuelos. Have a fantastic Friday.